What's up, everybody? This is your girl Cece with Where It Begins Magazine, and I got my co-host on the line. Hey, Mickey Monday, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty well. See, how are you?
I'm doing good. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you as well.
Thank you. We have a special guest on the line. We have Kisha on the line. I'm gonna let her introduce herself with where she's from and what she does.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad that everybody's doing safe from what I see right now. My name is Kisha Chase. I'm the CEO and the founder of Negative Wont Win.
Okay, thanks for coming on with us today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Well, tell us about your business. Tell us how you got started, and what TNWW means. What motivated you to get started and be the CEO of that company?
Well, I am a 6-year breast cancer survivor.
Right.
Will be
Yes.
7 this year in March. TNWW stands for Triple Negative Won't Win. So first off, let me explain to you what triple negative breast cancer is.
Okay.
So it is the kind of cancer that does not have any of the receptors that are commonly found in females or male body. So one of the female hormones that we have is estrogen. So estrogen is negative, and then we have progesterone, which is also negative, and then we have the HER2, which is negative. So when all three of those components are negative, that make you a candidate of triple negative breast cancer. Now, with you having triple negative breast cancer, it's not like most common breast cancers. There are medicines that will work for a common cancer that will not possibly work for triple negative breast cancer. The myth and the whole theory of triple negative is that it can return. Usually when it returns very, very, very aggressively. And you will want to, if you find out about it, you will want to possibly nip it in the bud if you can catch it really early. You know, stages like myself, I was stage 2B. So that was a good stage for me. However, due to the fact that there are a lot of medicines that don't work for me, they did not want to try any of those medicines on me. So what I did was, I'll give you a brief story of how I found it. I was, doing the normal routine, taking a shower, and as women, we check ourselves or whatnot. And I found a lump underneath my arm. And at that point, I was just like, this is not normal. I know my body. I need to find out what this is. So I went to my doctor, and I've been with this doctor since I've been about 16 years old. And as I was with this doctor, he so familiar with me, he said, oh, you're fine. You may have some type of infection in your body. And I'm thinking, infection? Like, what do you mean? All kind of things was going through my head or whatnot. And I actually gave him something because I said, well, my tooth has been bothering me. I need to go to the dentist. So he ended up giving me antibiotics and told me to come back within 2 weeks and we'll go from there. I went home and I started taking these antibiotics. I started feeling the lump. I'm like, it's gone. So I'm like, I'm fine. But the conscience in me and the person that I am, every other night, instead of feeling for it, I'm looking for it. So one day I felt for it, and it seemed like it had been 2 sizes bigger than what it was when I went to him the first time. So now I'm upset because I'm like, you didn't do what you were supposed to do for me as a doctor. So I go back to him and I let him feel it. And now he's like, oh, we're going to do a mammogram. We're going to do MRI. We're going to do a CAT scan. All those things were done to me. Every last one of them came back negative, that it was nothing. So Then I said, we got to find out what this is. This we got to find out. So they did a biopsy. And when he came back with the biopsy, he said, you know, Miss Chase, I have to tell you, you have carcinoma. So I'm thinking, well, carcinoma is cancer. And he said, yes. And immediately adrenaline come. You get to crying. You get to feel like, oh my God, the world is over. I'm going to die. All these thoughts and feelings and emotions come to you. And I was just like, what's next? What do I do? He said, you know, we don't know where it's at. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you have a lump under your arm, but it doesn't tell us exactly where this cancer is at. So I'm going to send you to a specialist. So he signed me to a specialist. And this man that I met, he is Dr. Melick here out in San Bernardino. And he said, I'm going to tell you something. I need you to sit down. He said, you have a very aggressive cancer. He said, this cancer attacks the 40 and under. This cancer is a minority cancer. So I said, you mean to tell me they have a cancer that only attacks the minority? You got to be kidding me. Wow. He said, no, it doesn't only attack the minority, but the target of this particular cancer is the minority. I started thinking to myself, like, this is like really crazy. So he said, I've been doing this over 30 years. I'm almost certain it's in your breast. And I said, do you really know this? He said, I don't, but I feel like because it's close to your breast area, it's in your breast. He said, so I'm going to start you on some medication, but I must warn you, when you start this medicine, it's going to show me where the cancer is at. And if it's not under the breast area, we have to stop you from that medicine and start you on a different one. So I'm like, this is really crazy. But this is how the triple negative works. They couldn't find it. You know, it's like I said, it's very aggressive. So he said, we're going to start you on 8 treatments of chemotherapy. So here's the thing. Now, remember me telling you in the beginning, they have medicines that do not work for triple negative. So I'm thinking, well, if you saying that it doesn't work, then what's the point of me doing the chemotherapy? And he said to me, this is going to help me. This is going to tell me where the cancer is at. And because of the fact that you're only at a stage 2B, we're going to keep our fingers crossed that that's going to work. Don't mean that it's going to work, but we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that it's going to work. And then we're going to also have you do 30 treatments of radiation. I'm thinking, why radiation? He said, radiation is like sealing the deal. It's like it zaps where the problem is, like gluing it together, right? Uh-huh. So I started the chemotherapy, and on the 5th treatment of it, after losing hair, losing weight, feeling sick, it showed up in the left breast area. So I didn't have to start over on the medication or whatnot. And because of the fact that 2B was literally about the size, it felt big as you were feeling it, but it's literally about the size of maybe a nickel. So he said, I'm gonna stop your treatment, and then you have to possibly have surgery. So remind you, all these things is to prevent the cancer from spreading, or I'm sorry, that's a myth, growing, or basically turning to the left. So he's just trying everything, because really there's really nothing to do with triple negative. They're just trying. So he stopped the medicine, and I went to see another doctor. Her name is Veronica Jones, very good lady out at the City of Hope Hospital. Very young lady, but she did a surgery for me. I had a left mastectomy done. For those that don't know what mastectomy is, it's when they go in and do a procedure and they remove your breast area. So they moved the left breast and 18 lymph nodes. Now we have lymph nodes all through our bodies. Our lymph nodes tell us, we have a sore throat, We got to figure out what it is. We're coughing and all that. We have headaches. That's lip. We have tons of them from our head to our feet. These are the things that trigger off and let you know you have some type of infection or something is wrong with the inside of your body, something. You can have pain in your leg. It's your lymph nodes. It's just letting you know. So they removed 18 of them because she wanted to make sure none of them had got infected. And after she removed it, she said, from her knowledge, from what she see, basically the cancer had been removed. There's no cancer there. However, again, you still need to do these radiation because, like I said, radiation is going to zap these places that they removed these lymph nodes and this cancer from. So that goes on, and then I go on into radiation. As I went into radiation, oh my God, radiation burnt me. It literally looked like someone took an iron and stuck it to my skin. All of the left side of the area, underneath the area, was burnt. I had to have on one of these things that hold your arms up like this to keep it, because it was like literally a burn mark, burning from the outside. From the inside though. That's the crazy part. It was burning from the inside, but showing the burning from the outside. So it was the skin peeled off. It was just horrible. And I'm just being honest here. So I did 30 treatments of that, and then I finally rung my bell. Ding, 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 ding. Cancer free. No cancer is there. This happened in 2015. Now, when you start chemotherapy, that was a brief of what had happened. When you start chemotherapy, there's so many things that you can use. You basically want to go organic everything. I'm talking about the simplest things as a certain type of lipstick. It has different hormones and different things in it, can trigger some things off. Eyeliners, perms for women that like to perm their hair, or certain lotions. So I started thinking, there's not very much options for the African-American community, you know, when it comes to products for a cancer patient. They had the normal stuff, but I was thinking, what can we use for our hair, you know, for our skin? So I came up with a product line, which consists of things for breakage of hair. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something here. My hair is growing back. It was from me using, I've been using these products for a while. As you can see, it's still thin. However, but there's hair there. And that is from my growth oil. I started a growth oil. It's called, it has a triple negative won't win logo, and it smells really good. And it's not thick, and it's a little yellow in here. And I had to use my product myself to see what it would work. And yeah, I have size now. I didn't have any hair, and I actually do now. I could possibly pull up a little. That's my hair. So it's actually growing. I went completely bald, and it didn't hurt me any. And then I also came up with the shampoo and the conditioner, the leave-in conditioner. And here's the shampoo, and here's the leave-in conditioner, and this is the regular conditioner. Now, the reason why I came up with those particular products as well is because a lot of us African-American women, when we wash our hair shrinks. And some of our hair is curly, some of it. So these products do not strip your curls, just strip your hair. It doesn't break it. It actually grows it. It keeps it soft. It doesn't feel brittle. It keeps it shiny. And I also came up with the thing that us ladies use right now for the edges, edge control. I have it in a raspberry flavor, and I also have it in a strawberry flavor. I say flavor because it smells good enough to eat, but it's not for you to eat. So that was the purpose of why I came up with those products, because of, I remember looking in the mirror crying like my hair's gone, and it took forever to grow back. But I realized that hair don't make me, I made it. And in the process of all of that, I really turned the negative into something positive. So in the midst of doing that, I started a nonprofit called Triple Negative Won't Win. It is a nonprofit. What we do is we have cancer patients doing treatments and after treatments and their families financially, if we can. We provide food, we provide clothing, we provide rental assistance. That's when we're able to do that, when we have the funds to do those type of things. Our local office is located out here in San Bernardino, 1525 North D Street, San Bernardino, California. We have Suite 1 at one end, and then we have another one at the end, 1516, that provides the clothing, the food, and you can also buy the products that's there. So that's what I did with that.
But I definitely want to say congrats to being a survivor. I definitely want to say that. And you basically just covered all my questions into one. Look, you said all the questions I had, you done covered it all just there.
Right. I'm sorry, that was a lot of talking, but this is my baby. And I just, I've come a long way. When you get diagnosed with cancer, you become very depressed. It seems like your world is just over. I'm thinking about what's going to happen with my children, what's going to happen with my home, what's going to happen. All these thoughts come to your mind. And it's nothing wrong with accepting love from other people. See, sometimes we'd be like, I don't want them in my business. I don't want them to know nothing. I don't want this, but that's what you need to move forward. And that's what I had. I had the support that made me like, I'm going to turn this bad into something good.
Right.
And it's working just fine for me. It's working just fine for me.
Okay. Go ahead, Mickey Monday.
Wow. So Kisha, I have to ask you, with these products that you have out, where can people purchase these products? Because I didn't see any of those on your website.
Okay, so at this moment, if you go to my IG, I have all the products on the IG. As far as the web page is actually completed. We're just putting more items because I have more items now. I also now have my own lip gloss line. So I also came out with my own lip gloss line, and that was because the product for, like I said, like women with cancer, it was certain things that we couldn't use, and so I now that I have more products, I'll show you this one too. Now that I have more products, I didn't really want to open it up just right now without putting the other stuff on there. So I have a variety of different kinds of lip gloss that are organic, and so I'm going to be adding those on there too. We have, what I also need to show you, we also have now the bonnets. If you don't want to wear my name, Kisha on Fleek, but you're not going to be a celebrity one day, so you're going to have this right now while you got a chance. So I have the bonnets, and we have the hair wraps. It's all pink and black, representing triple negative breast cancer. But again, to your question again, you can find me on Instagram, Kisha on Fleek, or everything on Fleek Boutique, or Triple Negative Wont Win. All the products are there. You can DM me about prices, and we can go from there. So that's what I'm doing right now until the website is really up and running. But the website would be everything on Fleek Boutique. That's where you'll find it. But I do have a website that has my story and a lot of other things. It's called Triple Negative Wont Win. You can go on there right now and you'll see me, and you'll see the stories, and you'll even see these products. You just won't see them as you can purchase them. So, but it's there. So.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I mean, that's amazing that you have all of these things. Even the foundation that the nonprofit, the brand, the hair products, hair care products, the wellness and beauty. I mean, that's just wow. Like, I'm at a loss for words, because it seems like there's so much going on. Like, when do you have time to kind of like take a breather, or better yet, like when do you have time to like really go out and dance, or like hit the dance studio and do stuff like that? Because I know that you're also interested in like choreography and things like that. So when do you like really? Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, when do you really have the time?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So as I'm saying, if you recall me telling you, I have a suite that I said is at the other end. It's 15 and 16. So here's the thing. It was originally a club. It was a little, I created a little hole in the wall called Fleek's Lounge. And when this stuff started happening with the pandemic and all that, business went kind of low. So I was like, what I'll do is I'll rent this space out for private events. Because a lot of people couldn't go rent anywhere. You know, they didn't want people crowded up, you know, because of the COVID and stuff. And so people come there, they rent my space for birthday parties, wedding parties. They do quinceañeras, they do sometimes even after a funeral, they want to come and they want to have the little thing that they have there for that. I've had fashion shows there. And I also do a little dancing up in there. So I have a group of 5 little girls. They're called the TNWW girls. And what I do is, this is how I get everybody to come out and learn about triple negative. So I teach them dance steps, right? And then, you know, people love food. So I'll get a bunch of food together and I put these flyers out and I get everybody to come and tell them everything's free. Come see the entertainment. And my girls, they dance. I teach them all these type of dance. And they get out there and they do the dances and they eat the food. And then I come along with the mic. Hello, everybody. Hello. How you doing? I have a message for you. I want to talk to you. And then I start telling them about triple negative breast cancer and what you need to do to stay healthy, or what you need to do to, you know, keep yourself going. So I use that club for my basically entertainment, my personal need. I get in there and I dance, I make up steps all the time, you know, but don't get it wrong. I like to travel. I'll hit ATL in a minute or Miami in a minute. I do me.
I know that's right.
You need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need that time. You know, you gotta do something. And then with things going the way that they went with me, I told God, I said, if you just give me one more chance, I'm going to do more good than bad. And I'm going to live my life accordingly that you want me to live my life. And I really literally live my life like it's my last. And I'm just going to be honest.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
We're like, wow, over here. Like you do a whole lot of things.
Yeah. Not where I want to be, but I'm getting there. Believe that.
I got you. So what, do you have any projects for this year, or what are some of your goals?
Okay. So, one of the goals that I'm really trying to do is get all my products in stores. So I met a young lady. She has her own beauty salon up in Upland, California, and it's Black owned. It's Black History Month. So you guys, if you know anything about supporting Black people, get out there and do it. She has a salon out in Upland. It's called Perfect for You. When you walk in her store, you will see my products on the shelf. So what I'm doing is trying to get on the shelves. So I'm, emailing, networking, trying to, get meetings for certain people. I actually have a meeting with a young lady this weekend. She also has a store out in Colton. So I'm just trying to see my products all over the world. And I believe it's going to happen. So.
Speaking in existence is coming for you. You're already on the right track. So.
Yes, absolutely. God is not done with me yet. And that's what I feel about that. I'm here to teach about it, to talk, and basically educate the unknown, because no one knows what triple negative is. If I asked you right now before I said anything, hey, do you know what triple negative is? What would you have said?
Nope.
Yeah.
Please tell me about it. That's what I would have said.
And and I feel like our people, especially with this being Black History Month. Now I'm not taking it away that the Caucasians or other races can't get it. But if you Google it, if you look at it, remember that I told you this, their rate of getting it is very low. When our rate is like 99, we're like up there. So you need to know about something like this because it could possibly save your life, especially when they're telling you, don't get a mammogram till you're 40. Oh, no, no, no. I got diagnosed with it when I was 34 years old. So, and you know, they don't want to give you they don't want to give you a 35. They don't want to give you a mammogram because they feel like you're too young. You be your own advocate. If you feel like something isn't right and that doctor didn't want to do what they want to do for you the first time you went to them, then you go to another doctor. There's always somebody out there, but you gotta be your own advocate for you so you can possibly live or beat this thing such as I did called triple negative.
That's right. And thank you for acknowledging us on that. Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I just want to say, if I could end this, I'm not sure if this is over, but I just wanted to say, a lot of the young girls that's out here in the world right now, we all know we all been young before, and the young men. By the way, men can get breast cancer. You need to know that. Men can get breast cancer. Okay. Triple negative attacks the 40 and under. Let's get to the pointers here. The 40 and under. It can go over 40, but it's been targeting the 40 and under. I'm in a group where there's girls that's 18 years old with this and still trying to beat this right now. Okay. Cancer, any type of cancer that you may have in your family makes you a candidate for cancer. Now we can bind it up in the name of Jesus that it don't come your way, but you have to know that because cancer is in your family, it's a possibility, it's genetic, and it may come to you. My mother was pancreatic cancer. My grandmother had stomach cancer. My aunt had breast cancer. So you have to know your family history. You have to know what's going on. And that's with any type of thing, diabetic, high blood pressure, all those things. You have to know. Don't be oblivious to it. Like, they had, what happened? I don't know. You have to know. You get what I'm saying? So those are major things I want a person to know. Be your own advocate. I can't stress that enough. Be your own advocate. Get checked regularly. It's hard. We eating like crazy. You know, it's like it's the pandemic. We sitting around, we munching, we're getting stomach, we're getting arms, we're getting thighs. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with it. However, try your best to throw some of the good things in that. You know, the greens that some people don't like to eat, like the cabbage and the big string beans and the, you know, things like that. Throw a little healthiness in it to help you. As much as I love donuts and stuff, we have to try our best to keep the sugars away from us too, because cancer attacks sugars. So that's just, you know, a little word from your girl Kisha on Fleek. And yeah.
Okay, Kisha.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. Well, I want to say definitely thanks for interviewing with us. You know, you answered just about all my questions. So
one more thing. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay,
I want to tell you guys about this test really quick. I can't believe that I didn't say that in the beginning.
Okay.
If you would like to be tested, this is a question that I thought possibly would have been asked, but I don't say it so much that you guys probably, but if you want to know if you are a candidate of any type of cancer, I don't know if you guys recall in 2015, you can Google it, or maybe it was 2016, Angelina Jolie went on the media and she said she removed her breasts due to the fact that her grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer. She found out that it was genetic in her family. She took a test. The test is called MYRID, MYRIAD. When you take that test, there are two kinds. One where you swab your mouth, a Q-tip, and there's one with a tube possibly about this long, and you spit in it and you send it for lab work, for results. By the time it come back to you, it will let you know exactly what type of cancer you are at risk of. It has it. It'll have like colors, yellow, green, blue, purple. It'll have all these colors. It will let you know what you are at risk of. So when you take this test, and let's just say something comes back that you are a candidate, That doesn't mean you're going to get it, especially if you're taking care of yourself and you're doing what you got to do. However, you have precautions now. You can mention it to your doctor and they can monitor that for you. They can let you know what you are at risk of. So if you have cancer in your family, usually for the triple negative test, they want you to have at least 3 people in your family that has it. But like I said, be your own advocate. You can say, hey, well, hold on. Well, I only had 2, or yeah, but I'm curious. So can I do this test? So again, it's a MyRick test. And guess what? They sell it online. You can get it online, pay for it yourself. It's going to cost a little bit more, but you can get it yourself and send it out and get your paperwork and then take it to your doctor if you want to, if you don't have insurance. But I think everyone should try to get that MyRick test or that HER2 test. It's the same thing, because then you'll know what you're at risk of. You don't know what type of cancer you could be at risk of. And you may not be at risk at all, but why not know?
Well, thanks for that information. But before we get out, can you tell everybody where they can follow you?
You can follow me, Kisha on Fleek on Facebook, Triple Negative on Win on Facebook, Triple Negative Wont Win on Instagram, Triple Negative Wont Win on, Triple Negative Wont Win on Instagram, everything on Fleek on Instagram, Kisha on Fleek on Instagram. Yeah, so if you look up Kisha on Fleek, Google, it's all going to show you anyway. It's all going to pop up.
Okay. Well, I want to say thanks for interviewing with us. We enjoyed you. Thanks for all the good information. Continue on your grind. I know it looked like Mickey Monday want to say something before we get off.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you're an amazing person. Your spirit is awesome. I enjoyed hearing your testimony and kind of just going through the motions. I mean, that's enough for me to pass that kind of information on to other people. So, I'll be spreading your word,
Thank you,
as I can. And so I can't wait to see the finished product with your website too, because I want to see what kind of ingredients and stuff you have in your products and things like that, because even though my hair is in braids, I have really like curly hair, and I always look for new products that I can use for my hair. So I'll be looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me. I truly appreciate it. I actually got another interview in probably like 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay, well, have a happy Tuesday. Bye. Be blessed. Okay, bye.
And you guys be safe.
You too. Be safe.
Thank you. We will.